Positive vibration.
How you doing? Liverpool, singing Matterhorn. What is life? Life is the smell. What is life? No one can tell. What is life? I try to see. What is love, boy? It's unity. They control the treasures of a birthright.
We're back with Positive Vibration TV again, and I'm pleased to say we brought another legend of reggae here to Liverpool, Mr. Mykal Rose. Welcome.
Yeah, man, greetings, man. Big up Liverpool every time, you see me? Yeah.
Now, you've been in music, I think 40 years it was last year. Did you get a chance to celebrate?
No, we don't celebrate. It's like celebration of Babylon thing, you see me? Yeah, man, you know, we just go and make music and hail the king and, you know. Yeah, man, and pray for people nowadays, because we're living in different times, you know.
Now, most people listening to this will probably know you through your work with Black Uhuru. Now, you've had some ups and downs to the band over the time. How do you look back on those days now?
Well, them days they're gone for good, you know, because if you notice, you know, I'm touring by myself. You know, I don't need that name, you know, because Mykal Rose is big, you know. And I had a new track recently released called Zoom Zoom, you know, talking about, you know, issues with guns and youths in the streets, you know, inner and outer city, you know. So the Zoom Zoom is actually, it's an album. And I should tell you before, I built a studio, a recording studio, and it's built properly. It's floating and rubber and everything, and two different buildings, not touching each other when you're mixing, so no vibration. And the treatment on the inside, Inner Circles, Ian from Inner Circles actually do the treatment for the inside, for the sound of the studio.
Where is the studio, or are you not allowed to tell me? Florida?
Yeah.
Is that where you settled now then?
Well, I work there a lot, so I'm there a lot, you know.
So let's talk to me more about this new work you've been working on. You talk more about the idea of particularly gun violence, which is something which is a real problem everywhere in the world, and of course recently happened down in Florida. What was it that inspired you to speak out on these issues?
Well, it's like, you know, we are in the ghetto every day, so we face these things, you know, so we know what it is like. And, you know, it's like you can't even blame the youth. You have to blame the bigger heads, you know, people who actually make it necessary for our youths to have guns in their hands, you know. So, you know, we just have to make the youth them know, you know, today, that even if they play the Xbox game, they just know that that's just a game. You know, so more while people think shooting people, it's a game also. So, you know, Zoom Zoom, you know, is referring that, you know, they're all firing gunshots all over the place, you know. And, you know, the song is saying, Mama say anything was sweet, you go sour you, so, you know, that's the downfall of it, you know. Yes, I.
Do you feel it's important to kind of use your music as a way of teaching people a better way that they can be, not just in terms of connecting with reggae culture, but just as human beings in the world?
Well, music, you know, music is love, and, you know, and music brings people together, you know. So, you know, music is really a good trend of, you know, feeding the people with something positive, you know.
Well, it's always a great pleasure to be here, all the way from Kingston, JA. Keep it grooving, keep it skanking, rocking in the dance. How you feeling now? Whoa!
you kind of left the music world for a while, didn't you? I mean, almost at the peak of the Black Uhuru success in the mid '80s, you kind of retreated away from music. Was that kind of a feeling within the industry, or did you fall out of love with music, or were you just looking to do something different?
Well, it happened. These things happen to the best groups in the world. You know, groups rise and groups fall, and you don't hear them again. Some you do. So these things happen. It's like we never have anything verbally, yes. And this happened. It's life. It's sad to know it happened that way. Yeah, man.
I was going to say that there are plenty of hit stories in the history of music of some of our greatest artists who've kind of ended that way. Now, what was it that decided to bring you back to music?
I always love music from the beginning, so if I break away or I stop for a while, it's something, it's within me, so it's always coming out.
So you never really thought of yourself as retired, just rested almost?
No, you never think about like retirement for done with music. No, I'm always making music. And I just have to say, like Chris Blackwell and, these people do a lot, for reggae music, I say, big up, to Chris Blackwell still,
Now, I've heard, speaking of Chris Blackwell and more the English influence, I've heard you say recently that England is like the mother of reggae music.
Yeah, you see, the thing is that the first time around, I had a solo career before Black Uhuru in the 70s. My producer was like, few producers, 90 The Observer, Lee Perry, Sly Dunbar, yeah. And, I had songs like Freedom Over Me, Clap the Barber, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, And Sun is Shining and Sly Dunbar album. And I did No, 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 You Don't Love Me and I Know Now by Don Penn. And I've done like, for Lee Perry, Observe Life,
And England has embraced you at each different time in your career, would you say?
Well, England is the place where, this music actually grows first in the days. Now, the reggae is big in America. So it's like it's take over from England, Yeah, but, I hope that England can come around with that love for reggae music once again, Because I'm here right now touring the UK,
Bringing back the love. We appreciate that very much.
The love, yes, I.
Now, within this tour that you're doing, you've kind of concentrated on the kind of the late 70s, early 80s time, which for a lot of people is considered the golden age when it comes to reggae, particularly being produced in and around this country. Now, you were here a lot of that time. How did it feel to see the spirit and the music and message of reggae growing somewhere that was far from home, particularly somewhere where there were a lot of people from the West Indies who were living and who were perhaps struggling to find some kind of identity in this new land?
Well, you see, with the music, I've watched the history of how the music break in England, like from ska, come straight up, so they have a big history with music, They love music. They love music from Jamaica for a long, long time,
And do you see it as playing an important part, and like I say, giving the people who were living here, who had come over, a kind of a chance to belong, something that they can be proud of?
Right. Well, you see, when dealing with music is like you don't even hope say, well, you're getting an award or anything like that. You just make music because the struggles and everyday life what people go through, and you try to relax people's mind and them thing there, because out of good comes bad and out of bad comes good. So, this is how life is,
Send your bombs right here and your bombs up at this country, baby. Send your bombs right here and
So, in all of your years of making music and playing it all around the world, what do you say is probably the best thing you find about being able to make music still at this late stage in your life and in your career, still be able to do the things that you love doing?
Well, you know, like working with Sly and Robbie, you know, was like, you know, good, you know. And I've also, you know, done like tracks with like Maxi Priest and Mikey Bennett from Home T4, you know. And I've done stuff with also with Third World on their one of their album, you know, a couple years ago. And you know, the music. Right now, I have my studio now, so I do, you know, I record when I want to record, and you know, like that. It's like when I wake up, we start recording. It's not like, well, you pay for the time or anything. You just work now, you know.
So you have the freedom to let the creativity breathe rather than be tied to deadlines and such.
Exactly, yeah, because you don't have to rush for time. Because time is indefinite right now.
So it sounds like you're excited about the future and what this new studio can bring for you.
Yeah, because I'm working with a lot of young people in the business right now. And including my daughter. She has a single right now playing in Jamaica. Oh, wow. And, you know, the album is coming soon. And Ronaldo, another artist, you know. Yeah, so everything is looking up, you know.
So is it fun to kind of mix ideas with some of the newer generation and kind of see how they interpret different things?
Well, the music of the young generation, it's not really different from the regular. It's just new things added to the whole feel, and you know, and it feels like a new feel, you know.
Okay, now speaking more of some of the older generation, I'd say more of the greats of reggae music. Yeah. Well, we've been lucky here in Liverpool to have quite a good selection of some of them coming through, including some guys you've worked with in the past, like Big Youth and even the Wailers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, are you pleased to see so many of your peers still going strong? Oh yeah, definitely, because my condolences to like Michael Prophet, Grizzly from the Steel Pulse, the drummer. And a lot of people, you know, it's just dropping off right now. You have Alton Ellis. You have a lot of great ones that we miss. You know, Bob Marley, you know, a lot of artists, you know. Yeah, man. Okay, well, one last question. Back in the mid-70s, when you were a 19, 20-year-old man just starting your career in music, if you, as you are now, could go back and talk to that man, what was the one thing you would want to say to him? Come again. So if you now could go back and talk to yourself when you were just starting out, what bit of advice would you give yourself? Well, it's like you can't turn back the hands of time. So, you know, it's kind of hard. You just have to keep trying. You know, I would just tell myself to keep trying, and that's what I always do. Maybe not give away any secrets then. No, but you have to keep trying, because once you get comfortable and said, okay, well, you're on the top and you're this and that, that's it for you. You're finished. Because you have tons of new artists coming out of Jamaica every day. Come on, let me hear you sing along with me. Party! It's a party. Come on. Party! Reggae party.
positive vibration.